This is the story of the lost Renner farm. In the 1910s and 20s, there was an emphasis on using brick and tile in new farm buildings. Brick and tile manufacturers claimed their products gave enduring beauty, enduring utility, and enduring economy. These manufacturers also produced various layouts for a successful farmstead. The key, however, was using brick or tile for every building on the farm. Brick and tile manufacturers from across the upper Midwest banded together to collectively advertise their products. Of this group, the brickyard in Springfield was the only one from Minnesota. That brickyard was the A.C. Ochs Brick and Tile Company, which produced both brick and tile. Both the brick and tile had a distinctive burnt orange color. Carl and Lydia Renner purchased a 160-acre farm in 1910, just north of Springfield. This aerial photograph shows what the farmstead looked like in 1955. With easy access to the Ochs Brick and Tile Company, the Renners built a brick silo on their farm in 1917, similar to the one shown here. A sign of their success, they built a new two-story brick and block house in 1919, with a nice front porch, somewhat similar to this photo. Then, in 1925, they constructed a new brick and block barn, which may have looked something like this. A rough schematic of the Renner farm is shown in the lower left, produced off the 1955 aerial photograph on the right. This was a perfect example of using brick or tile in every building on the farm. On the Renner farm, all the buildings within the blue square were made of brick or tile. The other buildings were made of wood, along with two more modern steel grain bins. This was video of the farm in 2022. So what happened? I only have clues from old newspapers and census records. Carl Michael Renner was born in Germany in 1874 and traveled to the United States at the age of 18. Lydia Anna Jeske was born in Sleepy Eye, Minnesota in 1879. The couple married in 1900 when Carl was 25 and Lydia was 20. When they purchased their farm in 1910, Carl would have been about 36 years old and Lydia about 31. By 1910, they had 3 children: Matilda, age 7, Emil, 5, and Louis, not quite a year old. From 1910 to 1928, it was a typical family farm. The Renners raised Guernsey cows, pigs, and corn. Changes began to occur by 1928. The Renners were aging, and their children were becoming young adults. Lydia developed health issues forcing Matilda to take over most of the housework. Matilda also took care of the poultry flock, for which she was given 100% of the profits. This also kept her from moving to the city. In 1928, Matilda raised about 700 chicks to full size. She maintained a flock of about 300 white leghorns for laying eggs, and also raised a handful of ducks and geese. Matilda never married. By 1932, Matilda was 29, Emil 27, and Louis 23. That year, Emil married and moved off the family farm, never to return. Louis turned 25 in 1934. He married Lena Schultz and eventually moved off the family farm to nearby North Star Township in Brown County. Carl and Lydia celebrated their golden wedding anniversary in 1950. Lydia passed away on March 25, 1955. Carl passed away 7 years later, leaving just the children. Matilda died in 1968, Emil in 1969, and Louis survived until the year 2000. The once beautiful Renner farm fell into disarray and continues to slowly decay. that concludes the video. Make sure to check out my other YouTube videos and my primary website at mnbricks.com.